Welcome to Us All for the Kids. We got Big Mike Dempsey in the house. Hey, Mike, you got to put your arm up. Don't you do that in every picture?
I did a flex today. I was trying to keep the camera angle lower. I'm not trying to embarrass anybody here. It's all good.
Hey, look, I'm just making a big joke about, that, our buddy DeRocher makes, fun of you always showing those biceps,
Well, me and Dave have been going flex. Dave I think Dave's got a little more than me. I don't know. I'm trying to compete with Dave. He's like 58 years old or God bless him, man. That dude is a beast. So he sets the bar high. So it means I got to train harder just to be compared to Dave. It's all good,
That's the nice thing about this show. We can pick on anybody. We can say anything we want because we're not The View. We know we're not going to get sued tomorrow.
It's all good.
Hey, so I know that everybody had a good time down in New Orleans because, it was like 4 days of my stuff, man. It was like crazy from the time we got in Monday till we left Friday. And you can tell by my voice, it's still messed up from being down there.
I'm in day 4 of that hangover. I got back Monday morning on an empty flight from Southwest. And every year, I think the older we get, the harder it is to bounce back because the schedules, like from the time we played last Tuesday at your event, once Tuesday night started, it was on, and the schedule got crazy. I'll tell you what, leaving the golf course, well, I'll tell your viewers the first story of how I started your day on Tuesday. I think I was starting hole 11, and I kind of missed you did instruct me properly to
take the tunnel.
Hit the underground tunnel, but somehow I just missed it. I got, obviously I have CT-related issues. I'm going to blame the CT, but I don't know. Whatever it was, guys on the driver.
Hey, just tell everybody, it wasn't the CT. It was those 2 hurricanes I gave you.
Yeah, probably. It could have been the hurricanes, but all I know is I missed that thing. The guys were yelling. I think they were waving at me. I was waving. They were trying to tell me, go back. I go on the main road, and all I see this big truck coming on the side of me. I said,
man.
Oh, boy, I think better. So then I had to back up because I couldn't really turn the thing around. Yeah. And it was it'll be on YouTube or something on maybe Barstool Sports.
I don't know. Mike, look at it this way. It's a story that starts the whole event because every event has a cool story, right? There's so many of them.
Couldn't be mine. You can't beat my story. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the best part of golf is we talk about golf events is the teammates, the guys you play with, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I met these 2 cool cats that Eric Alexander and I play with, and thank God I had to get to another event. It was a Native Americans gala that me and Rashad Evans and Bernie Kosar were being honored at. It was at the French Quarter. I had to get back, and we had your good food. The food was great. I was eating the shrimp and the grill, all that stuff. And we're looking at time, and it took like an hour, right, to get back into the French Quarter.
Because you got all that security stuff because of that Yahoo with the truck. So, people were telling me stories of AK-47s all over the place. And
it was just crazy getting out of your thing, just the traffic on the highway, on the interstate, getting back. Yeah. And these guys, they got me, let me tell you, to my hotel where I had 15 minutes to change into a suit out of the sweaty golf clothes. And I made the event, literally me and Bernie, on time by the minute. It was one of those miracles that's what golf events all about. You play with guys for 4 or 5 hours, you become bros at the end of the day. We're having all that time. And that was the start to my week. And I said, I think this is going to be a good week because I just made this event by 1 minute. They were waiting for me because I was on the first introduction, and it couldn't have gone any better. So from Wednesday, and we had the Radio Row. I was at the Kelsey party, which was awesome. I could talk a lot about Jason and Travis and all that stuff, that New Heights podcast party.
You guys that means you must have had a good time because those 2 guys, those 2 brothers act like, they just act crazy. They're brothers laughing.
I can tell you the backstory, Bernie Kosar, as you know, was with me all week, and Bernie's had he's on his wellness journey. He's had a lot of health issues. He's been helping me, and Bernie's been we just want to tell a story. Well, the Kelsey brothers grew up in Ohio, if you didn't know, and they wore Bernie Kosar's jersey. So did Papa Ed Kelsey. That was his favorite hero, was Bernie Kosar. So we walked into the party, and we got Papa Ed Kelsey there, and I didn't realize Bernie was that tight with them. And it just set the theme for the night. At Flavor Flav hanging out with us, Kurt Warner. It was just a party. Harry Connick Jr. was there. It was a secret location, one of those parties where you're not supposed to reveal where it's at. Of course, somebody must have leaked it out because Travis and and his girlfriend, as pop star, were outside
good old
waiting
Taylor.
to get in, and they couldn't get in because they were mobbed. There was people outside. That I saw the crowd. I just said, "What the heck? How did that?" But somebody, it takes one person to kill the party. But it was a blast. I mean, they gave me a jersey, a personalized jersey, and I mean, the whole party, first class. One of my highlights of the whole week was Jason is a Hall of Famer on and off the field, and I love the guy, and just one of the coolest things during the week. But there was so many highlights during the week. Flag football, I got to play one more time. There's just a lot of cool events, and you just got to hop from one to the other and hope your brain's on a your brain's on a swivel, because when you have CT, like I was lucky.
Yeah, but at least somebody wrote it all down, so you didn't have to worry about your CRS can't remember shit like Stevie. I was like, shit, because we did Tuesday, then Wednesday I did. I had 2 workshops that I was to speak at 2 workshops at the same time at the same location. Okay, so I did one downstairs, then I went outside to do the other one with David Chin. So I'm like, what? Where do I got to be? And Reggie Grant goes, hey, come back here, man. You got to do this. I'm like, okay. So, I mean, at least I was able to organize everything at Timberlane. So I just had to show up at Timberlane the week, and not like you had to bounce all over the place, Well,
camps were crazy. You're lucky. Down by the end of the week, I was at the Super Bowl, the Merlin Olsen Hall of Fame luncheon, which was an incredible event. Bernie Kosar invited me. They announced the new Hall of Famers and all that stuff. I don't use Uber. I don't use Lyft. I don't have it on my phone because I always know they surge price you and all that stuff. That they're not really. I like to take regular cabs. I'm old school. But when I left the was a Hyatt Regency in French Quarter, I got to get to the convention center. Well, Jared Allen and his wife are going there as well. And I said, I know they're going in probably a nicer car than I would get. But I said, Jared, I need a ride. I don't have the Uber. I don't know what to do.
Oh, wow.
So I took an Uber with Jared and his wife. It was the coolest 20 minutes. It took like 20, 25 minutes because, again, getting down to the convention center, all the roads.
Oh, yeah, because you got all the stoplights. You got all the security, man. That's why
I got into the convention center in this secret VIP celebrity area where only like the elite of the elite get to go. I didn't see that for prior couple of days. So I was like, Jared, thanks for the tour, because now I got to see where all the cool people were hanging out. So that was pretty cool. So like I said, it was an incredible week. Every year it's about the impact you make. There's so many different events, but you want to make sure you tell your story. Radio Row for me is a good way. It's like a networking, but it's like a reunion of people.
So I know that because this is like my 3rd year, right? And I still don't know everything. Okay. Like last year, like you had Jared. Okay. Last year I was with Reggie Grant. Okay. That played for Oregon and played for the Jets, right? So Reggie asked me a crazy story. He goes, hey, Stevie, when you leaving Vegas? This is last year. And I said, well, I haven't made my flight out. Why? He goes, you going to be around on Wednesday? And I go, yeah, I could be around on Wednesday. He said, you want to speak at my event? I go, yeah. He goes, okay, you're speaking. And I'm like, well, can you tell me what I'm supposed to speak on? Can you tell me if there's agenda? Is it a panel? And then he gave me the whole lowdown of the whole week. Like you said, you got so much stuff going on. You can't go to everything, right? So Reggie gave me this list, and I'm looking at what the cost is of all the events. I'm like, Reggie, so how much of this do I got to pay? And he's like, Stevie, if you're with me, it's free. I go, well, that answers that question. I'm going with you,
Yeah, right.
But like you said, there is so much. And then this year, I ended up putting stuff on, helping Reggie with his event again in my golf tournament. And then, of course, I got roped into doing a cigar party that I thought all I had to do is find the location, right? And then that's all I had to do. Well, they didn't tell me that I had to, like, organize it, sponsor. I mean, like, shit. So, the older I get, the more I learn and the more stuff I got to do. And now I know I got peeps to help, right?
Yeah, no, it takes an army. I mean, you got to have a lot of support to make these events. Like event planning, I give you guys credit because there's so many different dynamics that go into. People think I organize events. So I get invited, thankfully, to events. I don't organize because I can't organize. I don't have. I'm in the Boston University for your.
I got news for you. You're invited to Stevie's annual clam bake, okay, in Santa Clara.
Sounds great, man.
Okay, it's going to be down in Monterey because I always host it down there, kind of like Bing Crosby, clam bake. So you get all the clam chowder you can eat. And I've been able to pull it off for the past 10 years, all the lobster and steak you can eat after golf.
Oh man, yeah. I'm a lobster roll guy, man. So you got the right guy.
Yeah. So, and all my boys from and I guess I better start calling them, like my buddies instead of boys, because I know JC's probably going to slap me upside the head, right? Pearson. But anyway, my buddies from out of Massachusetts, Mass comes and everything. They're like, Stevie, this is better clam chowder, and we get him in Boston. So
that's great.
With them telling me that, I know it's going to be really good. So we're going to have some really good food next year when we go to Santa Clara. Already working out, waiting for the hotel rooms because Hilton's already got all their hotels blocked for the.
I know. I'm waiting for Marriott. I got a couple more weeks before Marriott opens up.
Yeah, you're like me. I keep checking it, but see, worst case is I got the Hyatt down in Monterey where my buddies are.
Yeah,
they gave me the government rate. I got 25 rooms held Monday to Monday. Okay.
Wow.
For $192 a night, the government rate. So worst case is we can stay down there and drive the hour and 40 minutes up to Santa Clara.
Right.
But
you mean you got this in San Francisco? Yeah, because for me, I need to be by the convention center. Like that's my kind of
What I'm getting at is for the first couple of nights we can stay down south and then move up. So I'm waiting for the Sheraton at San Jose Airport to open up, or Homewood Suites at San Jose Airport. That right now, up until that third week of January, is showing like $192 rate. Okay, but it doesn't go to that infamous February 3rd date, right?
Yeah,
that we need that week. So I'm like you. I'm waiting. I checked it last night, going, okay, baby.
Yeah, I think by the end of the month they'll be open again. But I did this last year. I locked in some pretty good rates in New Orleans as the NFL alumni give us sometimes like discounted rates, but my rates were better than that. So I was very resourceful. I did it early, and everybody, New Orleans, people didn't have hotels. They were in Baton Rouge and Airbnbs. And I'm like, I'm in the French Quarter, man. I'm in the JW Marriott where the Chiefs are. I was at the hotel with the Chiefs.
Well, yeah, because so many people might wait till like the week before, and they're like, you're calling me up. Hey, Stevie, can I have a room from that Friday to Monday? I'm like, where were you 6 months ago when I first got these rooms and we could go do something?
Right. I'm always playing early. I learned that with Super Bowl week, but it was like a great. I would put New Orleans. I mean, there's so many great experiences. Arizona, I really loved Arizona because I played in that flag football game, the Celebrity Sweat game, and what a game that was with Tracy McGrady. We beat RG3 and the Grand Canyon University. One of my highlights, playing on the field, going at it against all these actors, Frankie Muniz, the Bella Twins, and I mean, we won. I got to do a lap around the field with all the fans, and that was one of the highlights. I mean, LA, I love LA. That was a great Super Bowl for me personally as well. But New Orleans, I mean, I love New Orleans. I love the Cajun food. I love the people. I did go down Bourbon Street for one last. You got to do that,
Yeah, and, you got to go down there, man, one more time.
Green and I ate at Brennan's. Brennan's was the great with the banana Foster cake. They make it there. That was the home of Brennan's was just awesome food. So it was really,
that's where Emerald got his start, right? Emerald was the first chef for Brennan's Commander Palace over there.
Well, it's embarrassing, Brent. He was at my party, and I swear I looked at him like I know that dude. And it was Emerald. He was at our Kelsey party, and I saw the Getty Image pictures afterwards, and I'm like, damn, John Hamm was there. He was next to me. But when you go to a party like that, you don't recognize like Flavor Flav. How do you not recognize the clock?
Exactly. Well, yeah, and not only that, but there's a picture that the guys that made the costumes for the NFL parade, that were in the NFL parade, they let me. Of course, I'm amazed that they let me put it on, okay? Because, I mean, Damon Baptiste, his whole family's music in the Hall of Fame of Louisiana. He got to wear it. And I said, hey, by chance, can I wear it? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, man, I'm just a crazy white boy. You going to let me put this? And I didn't know when you go to put that thing on, it's like 100 and some pounds. I mean, I put that bad boy on with all the beads because it's hand beaded and everything. It weighed like over 100 pounds. I'm like, you put it on, you just go boom, and then they go, oh, well, you can't stop there, buddy. Here, let's put the headdress on. Here, let me, cram this on the top of your head. I'm like, God, dog.
I'll tell you, Steve, the highlight for me actually for the whole week was I pivoted out of left New Orleans Saturday morning early because one of my best buddies is a guy named Anthony Michael Hall.
Okay.
A lot of viewers may remember him from movies like The Breakfast Club, from 16 Candles.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he still acts. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's actually in the new Reacher series coming out next week, season 3.
Oh wow.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh, he's still acting. I mean, he has never stopped. Out of the other 3, Judd Nelson, Ali Sheedy, and Molly Ringwald, who were at the same event I was at in Orlando on Saturday, they rarely act. I mean, they're pretty much done. But Anthony Michael Hall still keeps going, producing, directing, acting.
That's cool.
But he had me at his convention. I don't like conventions because with my PTSD related CT, it's not good with a lot of people around me.
Hey, I'm glad you told me that, so that way I'll make sure, because I've got buddies that have PTSD and I didn't know it, and I end up getting close with my golf cart to their cart because they're like going to run up on the green. I'm like, guys, you can't do that. And before I know it, it flares up their PTSD, and they're like, we're looking to whoop Stevie. So I'll make sure that I stand back from you a little bit, okay?
PTSD, all I'll tell is that, I was in 9/11 in the World Trade Center. You can tell by what the pictures behind me. I was injured in 9/11. I was in Las Vegas during the Mandalay Bay shooting. So when they had the PTSD in the dictionary, it's like my picture, my name next to it. So I'm Mr. PTSD. But no, I was actually at the convention. I was in the green room area. I met Priscilla Presley. So I said, hey, we're going to dinner at the hotel tonight, the Rosen Creek Shingles.
Oh man, I saw that picture of you and Priscilla. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I asked her. I said, just shout out. Do you want to join us? She goes, yeah. I'm like, wait, Priscilla Presley and me going to be on a date or whatever you want to call it. So she joined us for dinner with Anthony Michael Hall and his family. Judd Nelson was there, and I said, this is incredible. Like, I mean, I love New Orleans. I was having a great week, but I'm in Orlando for a day, and I'm hanging out with Priscilla Presley. Ron Howard was there from Happy Days. It was like a who's who.
Man, I got to start. You know what? I got to start flying with you. I just got.
I know. I had planned that in advance. When I saw Super Bowl weekend, his event, he invited me. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't leave New Orleans. And I'm like, well, okay. Ron Howard, Jude Law was there. I'm looking at all the list of people. I'm like, maybe I could swing it for a day. And I said, I'm glad I did. It was one of those things that I paid big time. So May
14th and 15th, I know where you're going to be.
Yes, Arizona. You got your event.
I got Scottsdale on the 15th. Memory of my dad for the veterans and Help Children's Hospital kids. I'm working with Reggie Grant and David Chin about doing on the 14th because I'm getting hit up with so many people about this crypto and Trump's got his own coin now and all this. And I said, I need to get some of my peeps that know this shit that I can talk to and then teach Stevie. Even if it's just a workshop for Stevie, right? Let's set this up to where, because there's so many freaking people that go, hey Stevie, if you do this, you get that. If you do this, you get. I'm like, well, no offense, but I need my people that are doing it to hold the workshop. So that's gonna be on the 14th, and then I always do I do a pool party, the night before the tournament. So at the hotel, we're gonna do a pool party, cigar party the night before the golf tournament, okay? On that Wednesday night.
I have to see my friend, speaking of Reggie, played for the Jets. One of my best buddies is Wesley Walker, lives in Scottsdale area.
Oh, really? You need to invite him to come play.
We will. Well, he doesn't play golf really. He'll hang out in the golf cart. He'll entertain with Barbara's wife, but Wesley's the best.
People don't need to play. They can just come out and drink cocktails and talk trash to everybody.
That's all he'll do. Wesley's the best. Wesley also has a lot of CT related issues as well. He's been a big help to me, and he loves Arizona. We got to hopefully get Jim McMahon to come out. And,
I'd love to get Jim. I mean, he did. They say about one of the worst hits he took was when Green Bay, landed on him. But then Green Bay made it up because they won a Super Bowl with him. So he got a Super Bowl ring with Green Bay.
He did, and that guy, I think that guy had a tragic ending. The guy who clobbered him. I don't remember the backstory, but let's just say karma bit him in the ass. That guy.
Oh yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah. So me and Jimmy were laughing about it. We said, well, you know what? He hit you pretty hard, but he got hit pretty hard later in life. So
I just want you to know, you got a picture with one of my favorite players, and I just got to figure out how I can get him to sign his Green Bay jersey and not his Raiders jersey.
Oh, Woodson, yeah. Well, you got to go to those whiskey events. That's the best
I
way.
just got to figure out how I can get, because I got the jersey. I just got to figure out how I can get the jersey to him and figure out how I can get him to sign it for me.
Best way is he is promoting the Intercept wine and Woodson whiskey all over the country. So if you go on the website, I mean, Charles is really active in that. He's not just doesn't put his name to it. He really believes in the brand and really. I mean,
I figure if I reach out to him, here's my thinking. Okay, Mikey, I'm thinking if I invite him to come play and use his whiskey as the whiskey of the tournament, then maybe I can say, hey, can you sign this for me? You know, because I used to have all Brett Favre's, all 3 jerseys, okay? And the only jersey I raffled off a second time, re-gifted, is the Jets. You know, I still got the Minnesota one with Brett's signature. I still got the Green Bay one with Brett's signature. I should have kept the Jets one because then I would have had the trifecta,
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see Brett. He was at Steinberg's party, but I was in Orlando for that day, so I missed Brett. He's got Parkinson's as well, which like Bernie Kosar has Parkinson's. So, I think we're trying to align, obviously there's a connection, if you don't know, between repeated head trauma and ALS, Parkinson's.
Right, exactly. Because I saw him had that. Matter of fact, I was invited to go to Steinberg's deal, but I just didn't feel like changing my flight, figure out my hotel to stay. So next year when we're in Santa Clara, I'll probably go ahead and extend my stay to airfare ahead of time, because I was given by that Corey, Kratz, the deal to be able to go to Steinberg's event. She said, you really need to go, because it's one event you get to see everybody, meet everybody, and then get everybody to come hang out at your event. So,
well, Lee Steinberg, for me personally, if you don't know the story, like he rescued a guy who had devastating ACL meniscus tear in Arena Football Albany Firebirds, and I was done. I mean, I was a D3 guy. I mean, I wasn't even D1 guy, D3 guy, but family friend in the league got me with connected with the Buccaneers in 1995, because it took me that long to even be able to run, even comparably to where it was before.
Right.
I was still like a bit second slower, but like split second slower. I mean, I ran like a 5.1, which wasn't. I think my best 40 speed was a 4.9, but when you go from 4.9 to a 5.1, you're already looking like. But Lee really made it happen. And 95, I didn't get out of trainer's room because Sam Weiss didn't really care for me being gifted a spot. And then 96, thank God, Tony Dungy came in, and Herm Edwards was the guy that really liked me, and at least I had his chance. And as soon as I got there, I tore my left meniscus, and it was the beginning of the end. But always grateful for Lee for the opportunity. I call it being an opportunist. In life, you need helpers. Lee was my first helper that got me somewhere where I ordinarily wouldn't have been. When somebody reaches out and gives you that opportunity, you got to make the best of it. And I want to be Vince Papale, right? Do that Invincible story. I could have been the second Invincible guy, but I did get to at least feel and take, sometimes I was down for many years mentally, like I'm a loser. I didn't make it. I was cut.
Oh, hell.
And it's the most awful thing in the world when you're 25 years old and you don't have any. I had $5 in my pocket. I went to try out for WCW wrestling, and I lasted 4 days before I got hurt there. Went home, and I was like, this is a bad way to start my career. But then I got a job at Solomon Brothers on Wall Street. They were in Tampa. They moved from New York to Tampa, and I had a 25-year Wall Street career out of it. So every failure became a success. I always tell people,
and that's why I said, we were talking about, some of them, I could have done the tournament a lot better, like make sure that all the NFL guys knew that, hey, look, we're going to ask you that you're welcome to make a donation. Here, it's the raffle tickets, the mulligan tickets. We're raffling off some really cool shit. You're welcome to participate. If you don't, it's okay. But it's the money going to the kids. Probably would have gone over a lot better than just Stevie telling them the day that they show up, right? But, I'm like, you learn as you do these things. It's not like there's a playbook that everybody goes, okay, here's the playbook,
Right.
And,
I saw the place. I saw the hospital. I know what we were doing, Children's Hospital. I saw that on the name of the golf course. Like I knew who we were there for. It's very evident that we were raising money for kids. I knew that, you know.
And I love it because a lot of the Saints that live there actually live on the golf course or near the course, right? On the West Bank. So they were like, hey, this is cool. I don't have to drive anywhere. I can just show up, right? Like Tyrone Hughes, you know, is in there, you know, he's in the Saints Hall of Fame. You know, he was like, hey, $60? What do I get? I go, well, you get this, this, and this. He goes, so do I win? I go, we might be able to do something here. You know, we might, you know, you might win something with everything we're giving out. So, I mean, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, that was fun. Wednesday was fun. The cigar party was really kind of cool. David Chen bought like 25 pounds of crawdads. So during the
David
day.
Chen, yeah, he's in touch with me. David reached out to me, and Paige, what a wonderful girl she is, Paige.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you know, for all you people that didn't make it to the cigar party, and you know you went to Jaws deal, I just want you to know, baby, I had the Cajun food. I had crawdads. I had the Cajun music. I mean, y'all might have got, you know, Jaws' cigars, but we had the infused bourbon, double Madera, the Habano, 100% Habano cigars, and crawdads. You know, I'm like, shit. And then we had leftover bread pudding, so we had bread pudding that night. So I mean, it was a New Orleans feast, you know, on Thursday night for everybody.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was a great week overall, bro. Like, I really enjoyed everybody I met, ran into, had some great time with, you know, our mutual friend, JB Ellis, the Sideline Sports guys, and Anne Marie, Big Dave. I mean,
and I wish the best of luck to JB, but you know what? I can't wait for next year, okay? So, you know, there's a little competition every time you go somewhere, right? So I just want you to know, I already talked to our buddy, John Stiles, that's doing the studio, you know, for this show and everything. So I said, hey, John, can you do live at the same time you're taping shows? And he goes, well, yeah. You got an idea? And I go, well, next year I'm thinking of applying, you know, with the radio station, you know, the TV studio station name and the foundation. Maybe the NFL will let me in and maybe I'll get a table, okay? And then, you know, like Tuesday I got my tournament, so I might have to have somebody be at the table other than Stevie, okay? And then Wednesday, but I'm like, shit, I can get J.C. Pearson, I can get Mike Bankston, you know, I can get you, other people to go hang out at the table, you know. We can have a great time. We'll find out whether or not the NFL lets Stevie with the foundation have a table next year.
I'm pretty certain you'll get through with everything. So, no, that sounds like a great idea, and it's going to be a great week. Can't wait till next year, man. But it always keeps me looking forward to the next year. The Super Bowl week is always.
I've always wanted to go to it, but I've never been able to get there. That's why I asked you if there was a cost, and you said no. You just got to fill this out, and I'm like, shit, hell, let's do this. You know, if you don't fill it out, the answer is no. If you fill it out, you got a 50-50 shot. So I filled it out, sending it in today early. So I figured if I'm one of the first ones submitted, because I'm sure people have already submitted, right? Because they know to do it. So we're going to see what happens if Stevie gets a table at Radio Row at the Super Bowl next year.
Cool, man. That'd be awesome, man. I can't wait to see. It's an experience. I've done it for 9 years in a row, Radio Row, and I just love. That's always where I centrally.
I'll get you a couple SGC shirts that we cut the sleeves off. Okay.
That's what I need, man. You know me.
Yeah, exactly, baby. I'll get you some of them. I'll get some with this logo on them without the sleeves, so you can just walk around.
I always tell people, if you can cut the sleeves off, I'll wear them.
You got it. You got it, man.
I tried to respect your show today. I had to wear a long sleeve shirt. I didn't want to embarrass your, I know there's a dress code.
Hey, look at you. Look at you. Just because I'm a skinny little run at 69 years old, but I want you to know I can still drink a lot of you under the table, okay?
I'm sure you can.
And I want you to know I held up my end last week in New Orleans, okay? But I caught a cold. A couple other people caught colds. Paige lost her voice. Speaking of Paige,
sweetheart, I really. She had a great.
So let me tell you the story of Paige, because I never met her. Okay, and the night before she's supposed to fly, right? She's going to fly Monday. Okay, so Sunday night at 10 o'clock, her friend calls her and says, "I can't watch your dog, your service dog, right? I can't watch your dog." And she's like totally having a panic attack, can't talk, crying, talk about PTSD and a bunch of other stuff she's gone through, domestic violence and stuff. Calls me and she goes, "Hey, you said you had a panic attack." I go, "Yeah, Paige, I usually get them at least starting 30 days out before my event, because I know what I got to do and forget things. And she goes, so she tells me, and I said, Paige, bring your dog. Just bring your dog. Panda, she can come on Southwest Airlines. It's a service dog. Don't worry about it. I'll talk to the hotel. If the hotel doesn't allow dogs, I'll get it worked out. The hotel knows me well enough because of holding 25 rooms. I'll do this. So lo and behold, she brings Panda. Okay. I get to the hotel before anybody. So when I go there, I tell the hotel, and they're like, hey, if it's a service dog, we don't charge deposits. If we know that it's a service dog, so it knows that it's not going to mess up the room, right? We don't have a problem with it. So I managed to even get her a room on the first floor, close enough to the dog park of the hotel, the whole bit, everything ran through. And it was a good thing Panda showed up, because, I mean, as much as David Chin put Paige through to do stuff and be the front person of stuff, man, I'm just glad she had Panda, the service dog, with her.
But great, because therapy dog me. I lost my dog a week before, so seeing Panda was just like something that was seeing a dog was just something that really melted my heart, because I missed my dog, and it was a hard day, honestly, for a little bit. It was only like 5 days. No, it was a week. It was a week since I lost my dog.
Oh,
and
wow.
I wouldn't get triggered, and I got triggered like halfway through, and then I seen her and the dog. I said, you know what? That's my dog speaking to me through her.
Exactly.
So
but it was so funny, because she called me. It was like midnight, East Coast time. She called me at midnight. Okay. And I've got to get up at 3:30 to take a shower and drive to the airport to fly out of BWI. Okay. So calls me at midnight. I walk downstairs, take the call on my cell phone, and work through her whole going through panic attack. What am I going to do? David expects me to do all this stuff. I got to be there, but my dog, and the person's going to watch my dog. And I said, bring the dog. We'll work this deal out. Worst case is we're doing everything at the golf course. The dog can have a great time playing around, running around the damn golf course the whole day for 4 days. It ain't a big deal. We got this. So it all worked out, and then she loses her voice. And I go, well, I guess you're not going to call me for a couple more days because you can't talk.
Yeah, I'm supposed to connect with them, I think, later, maybe next week or whatever. But the good people, David, and I thought I saw David on Radio Row. I think I did see him later in the week on Friday. Perhaps he was there. I think I saw him on the Sirius XM thing, but I said, I know that guy. But it's all good. But, hey,
he's like 6'4". He's like 6'4" without the little Chinese mohawk, right?
Yeah. No, you brought some good people together, Stevie. So great job. I thought it was a great event, like I said, and I made my next event, so everything worked out except for getting killed by a truck almost on the first.
I appreciate all my peeps that always come out, help Stevie make it look like a good time, cover up so nobody knows that Stevie's messed up somewhere. Everybody has a great time, and then we move on to the next one. I can't wait for you to be in Phoenix when we do Phoenix for Children's Hospital of Phoenix.
Bring those drinks. By the way, the drinks that cart, that food truck that had the Irish. What was that drinks that?
Oh, the Monster. Monster Irish coffee.
Bring them back, man. They were the best.
They're coming. Guess what? Because you were connected to like the other 3 golf tournaments, right?
Yeah.
And you made Stevie feel really good, because I'm like, is there a black cloud over my head? Is this why there's hardly anybody registering? Did I say something stupid? Did I walk out naked? Did somebody got a picture of? So when they went to research trying to find a golf tournament, right? When they Google it in New Orleans, my tournament showed up. The other ones didn't show up. Okay.
No, they were missing last week. I was trying to show JC. He wanted info on where. I was like, word of mouth. They said, well, you got to show up here. I don't know anything more about it. There's nothing posted on the website. Yeah. It's one of those invisible golf outings.
So Monster calls me up and doesn't leave me a voicemail, right? But it's 504 area code. So I know it's New Orleans because they're my buddies. So I text it, go, hey, did you call me? I'm Stevie G. So they text me back going, hey, is this the SGC golf tournament? I go, yeah, I'll call you like in 15. So I call him and he goes, hey, we were trying to find this golf tournament, and the only one that comes up is your tournament on Tuesday. And I think Tony is going to get with you because I think we can bring the truck to all 3 days. So they brought that truck on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay.
Nice.
And parked that truck to where everything was free. Didn't charge me anything for it. They told it was a whole sponsor. And Tony, she's like the regional manager for Monster from Jacksonville to Louisiana. So now I got the connection for Monster to do my toes in the water, ass in the sand beach party in Panama City Beach in October.
Oh, sweet, man.
When I do the tournament in Birmingham the last week of August, around the collegiate football kickoff series, okay? So I already got that. And then she's reaching out. When you say bring it to Phoenix, I already got her finding out who her counterpart is in Phoenix to reach out so we can get the Monster products on the golf hole, get the truck out there. Because I just want you to know that Irish coffee, a Monster, with a double shot of vodka in it is like awesome.
Yeah. That was the most incredible thing I had all day. I had like 4 or 5 of those just to tell you that woke me up. I made my Native American gala that night. It was like everything worked out Tuesday, so chaotic in the beginning. Perfect. It was like a perfect day. Missed nothing. And I get the Brennans at the end of the day. I had Bernie Kosar and I and Mike LaPower for the Yankees. We had dinner at Brennan's at like 9 o'clock at night. It was a perfect day. And then I got back to the Chief Hotel.
The golf course was able to give me the entire golf course for the day. They shut the course down for me.
Yeah. Right.
So we could start any time. So when I said 11 o'clock, Richie goes, well, I guess we're not starting at 11. I go, what is New Orleans? I said, it is New Orleans. We never start on time because we still need a couple more cocktails.
Yep. No, it all worked out. I mean, it was a great work. I look forward to seeing you. I can't wait till next year, and it'll be us hopefully see you in May 14th.
Oh, you better.
15th.
Hey, I got news for you. If you don't show up in May, Karma will come get you.
I know. I'll be there.
I just want you to know Karma will come get you because I'm reaching out to like Mike Bankston, Daryl Clack, Patrick Cunningham, all those guys that live there, right? Because they play in 3-4 tournaments at least before my tournament in May. So
yeah, Derek Canova, all my guys out there. We got a whole bunch of guys out of that. Don't worry about that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell those guys that when they go play in these other tournaments and guys play, pay to play with them, that they can say, hey, you know what? We're playing in this tournament. If you want, pay the money and I'll play on your team for this tournament on the 15th of May. So that they already got their team set when they show up, right?
That's a great concept. Scott Schaefer do the same thing. And Scott Schaefer's my guy in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
He's got a similar concept where it's the same thing you're doing. It works. So
that way I already got the money to give to the kids, for cancer at Phoenix Children's Hospital. Yeah. And then probably that Friday, I'm going to try to work it out or before the tournament for all of us to go over to Children's Hospital, see the kids and sign a bunch of golf hats with the kids.
I'm there. So you have me at hello, man. So,
but I'm gonna let you go. I know you're probably down in Tampa in a nice sunshine weather.
Raleigh, North Carolina. I'll be in Orlando, Tampa on Sunday and Monday. I'm playing in another golf outing for the Tampa Bay Sports Club, which I'm love to be a part of. So no, I got you were my first golf outing, and they're my second one. So I'm starting to get into the swing of things again. But
I just want you to know, I got 3 inches of snow the other day that warmed up enough to melt it, so I didn't have to shovel it, so I can get my car out of the driveway. Okay.
Nice. Wow. I don't shovel anymore, man. It's good.
Hey, I don't like shoveling either. So hey, we'll get together. I'll see you in a couple of months. Maybe I'll see you before that. We'll catch up somewhere. Okay.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you again. It's been a great time chatting, and hit me up anytime. Love to come on again.
You got it. Hey, thanks for coming on the show. And if you reach out and see Charles, tell Charles I'm looking to reach out to him if it's okay to get his cell number to invite him to come out to Phoenix.
The whiskey's good. Especially the peanut butter one. You got to get that flavor. That peanut butter whiskey thing is like, man.
Well, we use Screwball whiskey. So tell Charles we used the chocolate pudding shots that you guys were eating had the Screwball whiskey flavor, peanut butter whiskey flavor. So if he's got a peanut butter whiskey flavor, I'll use it for our pudding shots that we give out to everybody. So reach out to him. Tell him, ask him it's okay if you give me his contacts and we'll work with it.
We'll do it, bro. All right.
Yeah, man. Have a great day.
Right. Happy Thursday. All right. Take care. All right.
Yeah, whatever day this is. Thursday, Wednesday?
Whatever it is. Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good.
Take care. All right.
All right, Max.